Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here and it's time for another book haul. There's going to be a few book hauls over this month because I am hauling books that I got at Christmas parties at publishers, books that I've bought myself as treats for my birthday and for Christmas because we're going away. So I won't really be getting many books for Christmas, in fact, if any. So these are all my treats to myself. So I've also been very kindly sent some from publishers, some by authors. So there's lots to get through. So let's get started. Now, the first you will have seen in my thumbnails, and these are books 1 and 2 in the Rebel Vampires volume, the Rebel Vampires series by Rosemary A. Johns. And the first one is Blood Dragons. I love the cover of this. And the second one is Blood Shackles. So I was very kindly sent these by the author. I can't tell you about book 1 because I haven't read it and I don't want to read the back to spoil myself. But this says, there are 3 people in this affair and 2 of them aren't human. 1960s London, Light is a rocker blood lifer with a photographic memory. Since Victorian times, he's hidden in the shadows, both predator and prey. His venom is deadly. But when he discovers his ruthless family's secret experiments, he questions whether he should be slaying or saving the humans he always feared. Ruby is a seductive and savage Elizabethan bloodlifer. She burns with love for light, but he's keeping something from her, something that breaks every rule in blood life. What will happen when she discovers the truth? Kathy is a singer, but she's also human. When the 2 worlds collide, it could mean the end for both species. Unless Light plays the part of hero, he risks losing everything, including the 2 women he loves. A rebel, a red-haired devil and a moon girl battle to save the world or tear it apart. This just sounds brilliant, right up my street. I get the feeling it's vampires. It looks like it's sort of 1960s London. It looks great and I can't wait to get stuck into these. It's been a while since I've read some sort of paranormal romancy type stories and I love them. They're the sort of books that I gobble up, so I'm really excited about these. Next up is another book that I was very kindly sent by the author, and that is Twisted, the Girl Who Uncovered Rumpelstiltskin's Name by Bonnie M. Hennessy. Now, I was very kindly, as I say, sent this by the author, and that's because she'd seen my fairy tale retellings and videos, and I'm so excited. This sounds really, really good. If you don't know the story of Rumpelstiltskin, it's about how a man named Rumpelstiltskin wove thread into gold in order to trick a young woman into giving him her firstborn child. But this says that's not exactly how it happened. It says the real story began with a drunken father who kept throwing money away on alcohol and women, while his daughter, Aoife, ran the family farm on her own. When he gambled away everything they owned to the Duke, it was up to her to spin straw into gold to win it all back. With her wits and the help of a magical guardian, she outsmarted the Duke and saved the day. Well, almost. Her guardian suddenly turned on Aoife and sent her on a quest to find his name, the clues to which were hidden deep in the woods, a mouldy dungeon and a dead woman's chamber. This is not the tale of a damsel in distress, but a tenacious young woman who solved a mystery so great that not even the enchanted man who spun straw into gold could figure it out. Not until Aoife came along. This sounds really, really good. Next up is a book that I feel like I just have to read because Michaela from Michaela Eve Reads loves this series, and therefore Jen from Today in Jen's Library has started reading it and she is really enjoying it, and so now I must. I'm waiting for the rest in the series to arrive. I have ordered them because if Michaela likes it, I'm probably going to love it too. And that is Awakens by Elise Cover. And this is book 1. I love the look of these books. The covers are stunning and I can't wait for the others. I think there's 3 more. So I think there's 4 in this series so far. This is a fancy story. It says a library apprentice, a sorcerer prince and an unbreakable magic bond. I just can't wait to see how this one goes. And I know that there is reviews of this over on Michaela's channel, so you should definitely go and check that out if you're interested in finding out a bit more. Next is a beautiful book, and that is Miss Jane by Brad Watson. This book is just beautiful to look at, and I was very kindly sent it by the publishers, and I just think the story sounds really interesting. It says, in this hauntingly affecting and bittersweet novel, Brad Watson brings to life the story of a forgotten woman in a lost world. It's inspired by the true story of his great aunt, Miss Jane Watson. And it's the story of Jane Chisholm, born in the early 20th century rural Mississippi, who has a birth defect that will come to stand in the way of the central uses for a woman in that time and place, namely sex and marriage. Yet from the country doctor who adopts her to the hard tactile labour of farm life, from the sensual world of nature around her to the boy who loves but is forced to leave her, the world of Miss Jane Chisholm is anything but barren. So I'm really intrigued to read this one, and I'm looking forward to it, and it helps that it's so beautiful. Next is a book that I found in my favourite second-hand bookshop, and that is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. Now I think I've seen this on the lovely Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings channel, and I think she pretty much sold me on it. I believe we're following two people, Cora and Caesar. Cora's a slave in Georgia on a cotton plantation, and Caesar is a recent arrival from Virginia, and they plot their escape for the north on this underground railroad, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Next, again, I found this in my second-hand bookshop, and it's Orphans of the Carnival by Carol Birch. I see Carnival in a title, I generally pick it up. It helps again that it's beautiful. This one is about Julia Pastrana. She's the singing and dancing marvel from Mexico, heralded on tours across 19th century Europe as much for her talent as for her unusual appearance. Few can see past the thick hair that covers her. She is both the fascinating toast of a governor's ball and the shunned, revolted, unnatural beast to be hidden from women and pregnant children and pregnant mothers. Children and pregnant women. But what is her wonderful and terrible link to Rose, collector of lost treasures in an attic room in present-day South London? In this haunting tale of identity, love and independence, these two lives connect in unforgettable ways. So this sounds brilliant. And just a few more. This one again I found in my second-hand bookshop, and it's The Eye of the Reindeer by Eva Weaver. I did initially pick this up because I thought it was a Christmassy story, and although it feels very Christmassy, it's not actually a Christmassy story. It's about a girl just after her 16th birthday. She's sent away to this island in Finland. It's a former leper colony, and it's they're now a home to hopeless cases, to women that doctors call mad. But she knows she doesn't belong here, and she longs to be at home near her sister. Then another girl arrives. She's headstrong, and they both decide that they're going to run away. Her friend tells her this story of this reindeer and this drum, and it just sounds mystical and magical and wonderful, and I just can't wait. Next is a book that I heard about on Melbourne on my Minds channel, and I thought sounded interesting, and it's A Bird in the Hand by Lynn Stansbury. It's a Samoan mystery. I occasionally read mysteries, and this one piqued my interest, and I wanted to try and read something that was written in Oceania, so this should fit the bill. It's about a body of a young woman, her found in a dump in American Samoa, and the prime suspect of her death is found half eaten by sharks. Well, that literally just got me going, so you know, who knows where we could go with that from there. And the final one I have to show you again was in that second-hand bookshop, and it's The Shoguns Queen by Leslie Downer. One of you recommended this to me when I did my book set in China, Japan video, and so now I have it and I can't wait. It's set in 1853, and it's when Japan teeters on the brink of turmoil. Growing up among the samurai of the Satsuma clan, the beautiful, headstrong Okatsu has, like all the clan's women, been encouraged to be bold, taught to wield a halberd and ride a horse. But then the black ships appear, bristling with cannon and unmanned by strangers who to Japanese eyes are barbarians. Their arrival threatens Japan's very existence and turns Okatsu's world upside down. It's going to add it to the pile of wonderful books that I can't wait to read from China and Japan. So that's it for today's book haul. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Let me know if you've read and loved any of these, and I can't wait to chat to you in the comments. Bye for now, BookTube.